Hi everyone, this is Angela Palmer from Stamp with Angela. I'm here from Auckland, New Zealand, and I'd like to welcome you and thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you being here with me, and I look forward to sharing some crafting ideas and cards and things with you today. Now, before I get started too long, I just want to check. I've had a little bit of an issue in the past with echoing, and I've tried things in a practice group, and I think I've sorted things out, but I want to know, is there an echo today? If there is, then I will probably come off this streamed one and do it direct to Facebook and YouTube. So let me know if there is any echoing today, please. So I appreciate you being here. Just comment and let me know. Thank you. So today I'm going to share with you the in colors, and I'm going to make a monochromatic card, so that's focusing on one color, but I'm also going to show you some cards that you can keep nice and simple, so it's just SIP, as we call it, stamps, ink and paper, and then step it up a little bit more with some embellishments and punches, and then even step it up even more for die cutting and that kind of thing as well. So I'll show you sort of that progression, and we'll be using the in colors and that monochromatic card. So I can see a couple of you are here, which is great, but I'd love to know if the sound is okay or whether there's an echo. I can't see any comments at the moment. Not sure if you're on Facebook or YouTube. I know the Facebook comments come up okay. I'm hoping that the YouTube ones do as well. So, yep, Linda's on YouTube. Great. Linda, is the sound okay? Do we have any echoing today? Please let me know. That's what I would like to know. Great. Okay, so we'll get started soon with the crafting. So like I said, I'm going to be sharing the in colors with you. I love the new in colors, a selection of 5 wonderful colors. So let's get started. All right, sounds like the sound is good for Linda. There's a couple other people watching live too. So let me know if it's okay for you as well. Feel free to ask questions and comment as we go, and I'll do my best to answer them. If you are watching the recording later, still feel free to comment, ask questions, and I will answer later too. If you are watching this on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd encourage you to do that, and then you'll be notified of other videos and lives as well. All right, no echo, excellent, that's good to hear. All right, let me turn over to my craft table and I'll show you the stamp set that we're going to use and the in colors and things. All right, so in the new catalogue, we have, this is one of the sets, Thoughtful Wishes. And there are dies with it that go with it too, which I like this. So there's lots of dies here. So some of them cut out some of the images that are here, like so. And then some of them are extra embellishments and things that you can add to your project. And there's some cool sentiments here as well. You know, appreciate you, thinking of you, thanks, dearest friend. So some thoughtful, you know, expressions, which are cool. So we're going to focus mainly on the stamp set, but we will actually, in one of the cards, use this die as well. So like I said, we're going to be using the in colors. Now, some of you may have seen in colors before, some may not. So let's go through them. We have got Summer Splash. We have Peach Pie. We have Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, and Shy Shamrock, if I can fit them all in. There we go. Just, can we see them all there? Great. Cool. So these are the 5 in colors that have started just recently. So you'll notice these two sort of are similar, but then when you put them close to each other, there is that kind of difference. So yeah, so I like them all. I have a couple of favorites, although it is hard to pick. So Petunia Pop, Summer Splash are probably 2 of the main ones that I've used. Saying that, I've done other creations with Peach Pie and Pretty in Pink. Haven't used this one quite so much today yet, so we're actually going to use that in the creation I make today. But lots of wonderful in colors. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to make. So for this, it's stamp, ink and papers. So I've used Peach Pie. with my card base, I've used the Designer Series paper for my background, and I've stamped and then I've cut and just done a sentiment. No other embellishments, no ribbon, anything like that. Just kept it nice and simple. It's a SIP card, stamps, ink, and paper. So I'll show you the Designer Series paper. So these are so it comes in a 6x6, see the 5 colors. So there's 2 designs. So we've got this, a very patterned one here, and then we've got this one, which I've used on the card front. And then you flip it over, you've obviously got another design as well. Whoops, we've got 2 of the same there. So we've got circles or stripes. Now, as you can see, those patterns are very pink or whatever color they are with a little bit of white. The one I'm using today is kind of more white with a bit of pink. So that's why I've gone with the cardstock background. If you had, you could have petunia pop on petunia, or you may want to go with the whites. Up to you, up to you how you kind of do things. All right, so I've made this in peach pie, but like I said, I'm going to make it in a different color so we can see how it looks. So we're going to use the Shy Shamrock. So let me grab, I've got my card base, standard size, which is half an A4, so 21 centimeters by 14.85. I have got a piece to go on the front, which is a 10 centimeter by 14.3. And then my pieces for stamping. Oh, I need my little scrap pieces as well. So the smaller one, 7 centimeters by 11. And this is half a centimeter bigger, 7.5 by 11.5, funnily enough. So it's very quick and easy, but I'm going to show you how to step it up as well. So on this piece, we are going to get our stamp and stamp it sort of pretty much in the middle. Now I do have the right color, right? That was Shy Shamrock. Just checking, yes. Okay. And stamp it like so. Very good. I'm going to clean it now so I don't forget using I like to use my stamping scrub, although saying that I do have a chamois as well. So it's got 2 sides. I mark one side with blue for washing, spray on some stamping mist, and then I can clean it. Oops, hopefully not shaking too much. And then on the other side where my sun is, I can dry it and then it's ready to use. And that also conditions your stamp, so that's quite good. You can, if you want to quickly wipe them, just use the chamois. But yeah, the stamping scrub cleans them really well. And then every now and again, more often for me because of classes, I have to take this piece out. You just hook underneath and lift it out and rinse it under the tap, and all the colour comes out. All right, are we still good for sound? Or no problems there? Okay, so stamp, ink, and paper. We might just stamp our, what do you call it? Sentiment, so that we can close our ink pad and not get ink everywhere. Now I'm trying to find my little piece for my sentiment and I can't, so I'm going to quickly cut a little piece off. I don't want it too wide, so I'm just going to get my trimmer, probably like about 1.5 centimeters, I think, and trim it. And then we're going to stamp our little things. I haven't put the sticker on that one. There we go. Clean that too. We are using the same color, so it's not so vital. Right, I want to close that so I don't get ink where I don't want it. Okay, what I did was, what did I do? I angled both sides. So with my snips for cutting paper, just angle it a little bit, just to make it a little bit interesting. And it's just basically gluing it together. Quick and simple, but it still looks really nice. And you don't have to have any punches or any fancy things, just a paper trimmer or something to cut your paper up. But nice, quick and simple and still effective cards. And making the most of the stamp set and the Designer Series paper as well. And all coordinates monochromatic, one color, obviously with a bit of white, but to keep it nice and simple. All right, then I'm going to use my dimensionals to put this on. So I like to do the 4 corners and maybe one in the middle, like so. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool to lift off those bits, whatever you call them, and put that on there like so. And then we're going to kind of just glue that like that. Now, if you want to finish off the inside, you could do one of 2 things. We could stamp this in the bottom, or if we've got a scrap piece, I'll show you both, because I hadn't done this card, I forgot. We'll do this card and then I'll stamp the other one. So is that going to fit? Yep. Get a scrap piece of designer series paper and just kind of adhere it so it's the same as what's on the front. I stick it on first because if you need to trim it, then you can trim it before you glue it down. And then stick that inside or adhere it inside like so. So that's one way of doing it, using the designer series paper. The other option is stamping. And I'm just going to get the scrap piece because I am going to stamp off. Well, not stamp off, but go over the edge. So we'll just use this. I mean, you could do the whole thing if you do it in the corner, I guess. It's up to you how much you want to. Let's sort of do like that. Because we want to have enough room to write. So we don't want to take up too much room. All right. That's good. Linda likes this colour. It is a nice colour, but it's just hard when you've got all 5 colours together to decide which one you like. Does anyone have a favourite? What is your favourite? It's funny, sometimes years ago when I first became a demonstrator, there was a particular colour, an in colour that I didn't like. And then in the end, it became one of my favourites. So, you know, things change. You get to use it and like the colours. All right, so here we go. So this is card number 1, just stamps, ink and paper. Nice and simple. So there it is in the 2 colours. We've got Peach Pie and Shy Shamrock. One has got paper on the inside and one has got stamping on the inside. So just by, you know, stamping your main image in the center, I like to border it, and then on the designer series paper, a lovely card. So now we're going to do the same, and I'll show you how I'm going to step it up. So once again, on our piece here, we are going to stamp our image. Now, sometimes when it is a bigger stamp, it's not huge, you might want to think it that way. All right, let's stamp it. So now I do have a bit around the edges, so I will try and clean that off because you don't want to rock it and get ink in other places. And this time for my sentiment, I am going to use a circle punch. So I need a scrap piece of white, which I am trying to find. This is good. So I'm going to stamp my thanks and about there. Then I'm going to use the 1 3/4 inch circle punch and sort of put it in the middle and punch it out. And like so. All right. Then we will put it together like before, but we're going to add a couple of extra things to it. So same as before, we've done our stamping. Let's do the inside as well again. Where are my white pieces for the inside? Here they are. Let's just stamp 2 of those now. And we've got that ready. So make sure it's nice and flat, because if it's bumpy, it's not going to stamp well. So we're going to kind of do it off the edge slightly. Let's do that one, it's a bit different. Okay. So they are ready for the inside of our other cards. Just want to close my ink pad because I don't want to get ink where I don't want it. All right. So let's put this together and I'll show you just how we step it up. So we're using punches, we're going to use some ribbon, and we're going to use some embellishments as well. Okay. There we go. same as before. So these first couple of steps are the same. Same layout, same method, and then we're just going to change it up shortly. All right, so like so. We'll get our dimensionals again. I'm just making sure that I don't need to put anything on before sticking this down. Who loves dimensionals? I don't know if I've used them before Stampin' Up, but love using them. Love the way it gives dimension. And of course, we've got our standard, our mini, so if you want little ones, and also black. So if you've got a dark project, you don't want them to be seen, you can use the black ones too. All right, so far that looks the same. But what we're going to do is we are going to add our circle. Now the circle looks a little bit plain like that. So we're going to add a bit of ribbon. So our shy shamrock ribbon, and sort of fold it in half. I'm going to use my ribbon scissors. So I get, oops, oh dear, I'm knocking the camera. Are we okay? Are we back? Sorry about that. Don't want to scare you there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to sort of put a piece behind, so work out how long we need it to be. I don't know if I want to go the same way or different. Okay, I find it's good to put some tape on the back and stick it on. Oh, this isn't near the end. Hopefully we've got enough for today. All right, so bend it in half, slightly on the angle, kind of like so. Yes, I like that. Again, a couple more dimensionals. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then I think we need to add a bit of bling. So we're going to add it on our circle because that sort of feels a little bit bare, I guess you could say. All right. So these are the shimmer gems. So they're nice and shimmery and kind of sparkly. So I'm going to put one up here. Remember, odd numbers are always good. 1, 2, if we can get them. 1, 2 down there. And then that sort of helps our circle shape. So this is our next step up. So we've added, so we've still got stamp ink and paper, but we added a punch, we've added some ribbon, and then we've added some embellishments. So here was my peach pie version. Oh, and I have to adhere the inside as well. So I realized afterwards I actually used a different thanks, but you know, still works. Slightly bigger one, but that still works. All right, we'll put this on the inside. So that is done. And now I'm going to show you a more advanced version. So if you've got a die cutting machine, then I'll show you the third version that I'm going to make. All right, so that is number 2. Now number 3 starts off the same. So we're going to start with our cardstock and our base exactly the same. So adhere that. But then we're going to change it up a bit. So rather than just cut out our pieces for stamping, we are using the deckled dies, rectangle decal dies, because there are a couple of different decal dies. So these are very cool. They're like this. They're not very organized at the moment. They're all over the place, but different shapes. Well, not shapes. They're all rectangles, different sizes of rectangles, okay? So I've chosen 2 sort of similar to each other. So you'll see that one is the green, and then the next one down is the white. Now, the biggest one we've got is this size, which is slightly different to our A4 cardstock. So I'll show it you at the end, my first version, but then I decided to go with this one. All right, so I have, now I'm not going to stamp on here like I did for the other cards. I'm actually stamping on a scrap piece and cutting it out. So we've got this here. We're going to stamp it one more time, and we're going to cut it out with the die this time. So let's stamp that like so. Then we are going to get the die that I showed you earlier, and line it up. And I like to put a little bit of tape or washi tape or reversible tape on there, put it through our machine, and then ta-da, it gets cut out just like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to adhere these together, except that's upside down. And there is a pattern there where it's kind of like the same design but smaller. So I think that's like that. So we will do the same of putting this on here, but then we're going to dimensionalize this onto here. So we've just got a little bit more interest with our decal dies. So you might have some other kind of framing die that you've got that you could sort of use that still allows you to see the paper around the outside, but just gives a little bit more interest. But if you don't have dies, whoops, you missed that one. You can obviously just cut it. Still looks good. All right. So then for this, we're going to put this on here. Now, the good thing with this die is it also kind of cuts holes in between it, which you couldn't do if you fussy cut. Wouldn't want to fussy cut that one. So what I'm going to do is I need lots of thin bits. So you can use the edges and cut it really thin, or you can cut some of the shapes kind of narrower into thinner bits. And basically we're just going to put lots of them over the back. Try not to have them poking out the side because you don't want to see it. So in the stem bit, in the higher and lower bits, so that it kind of holds its shape. You don't have to put it on every single leaf, but just sort of the main ones, particularly, you know, top and bottom. And then it can be kind of a weird shape in there. Only thing with cutting them with your scissors is your scissors will get a bit sticky. Just clean them with either a adhesive eraser or some alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol will help get rid of any stickiness. Okay, so we're sort of adding it on some of the leaves, but hopefully not poking out the side. We need sort of something reasonable in there to give that a bit of support. I've got one on my finger, so let's do that. So probably this is the most kind of fiddly bit, is putting these on the back. We do have foam adhesive sheets, so you could put it on the back of your cardstock and cut it out with it on the back. Then you don't have to do this afterwards. So that is an alternative. So now we want to take off all these top layers and try not to get any hair in it as well. All right, and then I'll show you what else we're going to do to the front. So there are other dies in this set that we could kind of supplement and add to this as well. I'm still keeping it fairly simple, but just stepping it up a little bit. So if you wanted to, you could, you know, die cut some other shapes and sort of add them behind as well. All right, how are we going? Now, for my sentiment, rather than just a circle punch, I'm going to use one of these small dies from the Spotlight on Nature set. So these are very cool. So I'm going to use this one here. I don't know if you can see, but when you cut it, lots of bits stay in. So I love the die brush. Just do that and it gets it out. Now I have prepared one earlier. So I just hope that when I stamp it okay. So let's hope for the best. Yay! Excellent. That is all okay. Now occasionally, if the old one's still in there, just poke it out. Same thing, we are going to use our ribbon, put that behind, but it's just got a little bit more interest because of the shape. So do you like that? I think it's quite cool. So we'll get our ribbon again and do that. Let's see if our seal has got enough left in it to finish this off before it finishes. There we go. So what kind of card do you like to make? Do you like the simple, just keep it very simple with, stamp ink and papers? Do you like to add the embellishments to it? Or do you like to go all out and do die cutting as well? So, and it also depends on, what, things you've got to use. I know when I first started, I didn't have a die cutting machine, but then later on I got one. There we go. And some embellishment. Now my circle's already quite, sort of busy, and not busy, but it's looking quite good already. So I'm going to put these somewhere else. I'm going to put them up around here instead. So we'll put a couple down here. Threes, always threes. Something like that. And our inside, which we prepared earlier. Gosh, these dimensionals go everywhere, don't they? How are we going? They follow you around the house. You walk down the stairs and you find these little things everywhere. So there we go. So like I said, you could also, if you didn't want to stamp, you could use a strip of designer series paper. So there we go. So that's what I've just made. So here was, where's my, so I haven't made one in this color, but I've made the others in this color too. All right, so let's have a look at what it looks like in all the in colors. Now, earlier I said that I cut that bottom one out, but you can see there's a bigger gap top and bottom. So I wasn't sure. So for the next ones, I went with the full piece. So this is what they look like. So there is Peach Pie. Then we've got Petunia Pop. Then we have Pretty in Pink. And then we have Summer Splash. All right, so I'd be interested to know, what do you like? Do you like it with the designer series paper that's cut with the die, even though it's shorter? You could either make the card shorter or have a bigger space. Or do you like it going kind of full evenly around and just being cut? Let me know what you like. There we go. So what's your favorite color? So let me show you the 3 cards that we did today. Keeping it nice and simple. There we go. We've got our stamp ink and papers, stepping it up a little bit with some punches, some ribbon, some embellishment, and then stepping it up again with a bit of die cutting. That we've die cut the rectangles, we've die cut our stamped image, we've die cut our circle for the sentiment. And let me show you the ones we did today in the Shy Shamrock. So there's our simple stamping, involving a little bit more punches and things, embellishments, and then our stepped up version. So there you go. I'll be interested to see what you like. And yeah, I mean, it may depend on who you're giving it to as well. You might need a quick and easy card, or you might, want to do something that's a bit more involved. You've got, that flexibility, and here they are in the in colors. So do you love the in colors? I certainly do, and I have had lots of fun playing with those. So I just want to let you know about my in color club. Now, my in color club sign up was meant to close yesterday, but I have had issues with my group email, my email provider. I couldn't send out any group emails for the last couple of days, which was frustrating. So I couldn't send out reminders. So I managed to get things sorted and send it out today. So today is the last day to sign up for my in color club. So you may be thinking, what is an in color club? So what you do is each month you will get a sample of things in a particular color. So you will get half a pack of cardstock in a particular color. So 12 sheets of this. You get 1 color per month. You would get the ink pad. You would get the marker, which, where have I put them? You would get the marker like so. You would get the ink refill, but they're still on order. So let's just put in another color for now. You're not going to know. An ink refill. You would get the designer series paper in that color. Whoops. So I've used some sheets, so just bear that in mind. Where's my petunia pop? So you'd get some in each colour and the 2 different designs. You would also get the embellishments. So you will get those shimmer gems that I had before. And there are also some resin ones too. So you would just get your colour. So that, and where are the shimmer ones? Oh, here. But I've used most of them up, so I can't kind of, but you know, your colour in that. What else does it include? Oh, glimmer paper. Let me show you the glimmer paper. So this is, so it's a 12 by 12 sheet, so it gets cut down because I can't send 12 by 12s. So you would get a half sheet in the glimmer paper. So isn't that sparkly? Quite cool for die cutting or accents or whatever. So you would get that too. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, ribbon. Can't forget the ribbon. So you would get 1.8 meters. The roll basically gets divided into 5s. So things get divided into 5. And I've got all the colors except petunia pop. But I had it earlier because I made the sample cards. So where is petunia pop? You get some ribbon in your color. Let's just go with another color for now. So ribbon. And then I include a card in your color, in a monochromatic color as well. So each month you'll get a different color. So some things like the ink pad and the markers and things you buy in a mixed pack of colors. So I share them out. So different people get different colors. So if you would like to increase the number of colors that you've got or get the in colors, you don't have to buy it all at once. It's just $75 per month plus shipping, depending on if you're picking it up or if I have to send it to you. Yeah, so it's a great way to get lots of different colors. Now, if you like in colors, but you're not sure on the in color club, there is something else that you can do as well. And you could join up and become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator yourself. And you get the usual benefits of joining up, which is costs $185 to join. You get $285 worth of product of your choice. You choose what you want to put in your starter kit, whether it's ink, paper, whatever you like. But you also get the in-color products for free. So you get a mixed pack of cardstock, the 5 ink pads, the markers, and the designer series paper. Is that 4 things? So cardstock, ink, markers, and paper in your starter kit for no extra cost. That's complimentary as part of signing up. So that is a really good deal. So if you would like to join my team, I'd love to have you join my team. I have got team members from all over New Zealand, and we can't always meet in person, but we can connect via Zoom, Facebook groups. We do, I'm just going to change my computer down to me again. We do cards, what do you call them? Card swaps, things like that. Share ideas. And if you need help, you can sing out to me and ask. And there's opportunities to do demonstrator events and things like that as well. So I'd love for you to consider that. You can, join for yourself. And, you might have a few friends that might like to craft and stuff. Or if you want to do classes, do lots like I do, you can, but you definitely don't have to. Just make it suit you. And if you're worried about, sharing crafting with others, you're not sure what to do, kits are a great way to get started because everything's in the kit for you. You just get some people together, open the kit, and start crafting. So that's a cool way of sharing crafting with others. Obviously, you need to meet your minimums each quarter, which is about $550 New Zealand in sales, either yourself or others, every 3 months. But obviously, you get a discount off that, so the actual amount you pay is less than that. So there we go. Lots to think about. So have a think about those in colors, whether you'd like to take part in my in color club. Please ask questions or sign up today because I will need to do my order tonight, tomorrow for that. Or you've got until the end of May to consider the joining up offer. We'd love to have you join our team and I'll be here to help you. But even if you just want to keep crafting and craft yourself, I'm happy to, help you, inspire you. If you're not on my mailing list, please sign up. I'd love you to join my mailing list. You get exclusive tutorials, tips, information. And if you're local to me, you're welcome to come to some of my classes. So I've actually got a class tomorrow night, Sunday afternoon, Thursday morning next week. So I do like an evening, a weekend, midweek. And you're welcome to come to that if you live close by. So I've done lots of talking today. Hopefully no echoing. Hopefully it's all sounded good. So I appreciate you being here. I look forward to sharing with you again soon. If you have any questions or ideas and things, do let me know. Maybe it's something I could share in a future Facebook Live. So thanks for being here, and we will see you again soon. Thanks a lot.